All right, replay review time. Let's take a quick look here. I believe this is going to be some Ashe, Masters Ashe. Play a few games ranked because I was unsure what you'd expect. Here's a close game on Ashe. I'd like to bring her up to my Cassidy level. Let's pull this up here really fast, and then we'll take a look at the rest of the form and the message as well. It's going to be Rialto. Let me change my scene here, and we'll be good to go here. Okay, so this is going to be Masters Ashe. 23, nice, good, juicy, long game. Take smarter risks. My positioning feels more purposeful. Trying to do limit testing, pressure on range. I know I bashed my head down main a couple times for no reason, and I went for a couple rather interesting plays. But I am trying to find more creative off angles and make more frequent rotations, and I know you'll tell me if I was successful or not. Have a great day. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Okay. A brief follow-up to our coaching session previously, where we said we needed to highlight taking the correct angles quickly and more often. All right, sounds good. 4 to 5 days a week, 2 to 3 hours a day. Obviously, we have already had a full in-depth hour-long review, so we don't need to go in too much into the training side of things. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. The only current goal is to spend the next month until this review focusing heavily on feedback and go from there. Angles and timing of those angles. Okay, let's take a quick look here. Hope for the best. Masters Ashe. Off angles. Medium-ish sight lines, of course. Medium to long, depending on the situations. Big thing with Ashe is that she is, I think, she's definitely a tempo character, right? She's definitely a tempo character in the fact that Dynamite, Coach Gun, even just the element of surprise means that you're going to have peaks in value. It's very easy to play Ashe as a kind of hold in the back and just keep out consistent pressure. And I actually do think that a pocketed Ashe is one of the most lethal characters in the game in terms of just consistent pressure. But the way Overwatch 2 works is that there's going to be a lot more opportunities where you could be taking more aggressive space, getting more value out of Dynamite, even just on solo targets. So we're going to take a look at those rotations. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Let's take a look here. Check the game audio levels here. It's a little low. And okay. They're on Widow, which actually simplifies things a great deal because it means that there's fewer angles that you can take, but that those angles are a lot more effective. Like, for example, right now, I'm actually not a huge fan of this rotation necessarily because it's important to give context of like where people are. It's okay for right now. Little too wiggly early on. You don't need to be that wiggly when you have a free couple of shots. So you notice how like rapidly you're strafing when there's nothing exactly shooting at you. You need to find those moments to be able to stay calm. I call this peeker's advantage, which is really important in Widow duels because it means that you have a crosshair advantage. But if you throw off that crosshair advantage in terms of how much you need to move their crosshair versus how much you need to move your crosshair, then you're doing yourself a disservice. When you peek this corner here, there isn't really a lot of information as to where you are. So Widowmaker or no Widowmaker, you're likely going to be able to take at least 1 or 2 shots here without needing to do these rapid strafes. This additionally, once this Mercy's dead, this Ram's not even looking at you. Widow's dead. Ashe is dead. Look at your movement. Do you see what I'm saying? Until you see those bullets coming in, there is no reason for you to be moving at all. Certainly not as erratically as you are right now. That is going to be an extremely important skill for you to develop as your Ashe, which has, and I don't exaggerate, it's going to significantly increase your accuracy. Significantly increase your accuracy. And this is even more important when you consider what I was saying about tempo earlier. What it means is that there's brief windows of time where your impact is more important than other times. This is a great example right now. Your ability to land this Dynamite and hit shots here is going to be disproportionately more important than what happens about 3 or 4 or 5 seconds from now once they look at you, once they start shooting at you, once the Widowmaker comes out of respawn, and so on, right? So your ability to secure a kill here is massive because your opportunity to secure a kill is massive. So if you fumble this is going to suck. And this is why Peeker's advantage matters, is because it's that brief tempo orientation around that Dynamite, around this first couple of initial shots, that mean it's really important to do the right thing. Now, you need a Dynamite and you need to hit your shots, but I'm concerned about your strafing. You miss your Dynamite, you overstrafe just a little bit, and then you end up having to leave. Now, you probably would have to end up leaving anyway. The Widow ended up coming up back a little bit sooner, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't mind this rotation. They know that you're there, so you're not going to have peeker's advantage. So strafing is going to be very important. And so much so that I actually wonder if you should even be peeking this angle at all. Can you solve the problem here? Where should you go? I would go as far to say that you could consider coach gunning across, flipping your head, getting pocket from this, and then deciding if you want to contest the Widow. You can toss your dynamite here without peeking the Widow. You could actually coach gun or walk across here and peek here. You could actually drop out the window and off angle onto point here, then coach gun back up top. You see what I'm saying? This stuff is fancy, 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 and yet it's value that you can do without simply just playing the peekers game here. This is lazy. It's not that it's bad, it's just lazy. There's so many more things that you could do with the position that you have. Something to keep in mind. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so we got the cap. Just something to keep in mind. With Ashe, it's not about holding angles very often. It's about peeking an angle, hitting a couple brief shots, getting forced out, re-rotating to a different position. Don't farm damage stats. Like this situation, you don't need to do anything fancy. You could just shoot tank. You don't even need to be strafing. You should be standing still, but you can just shoot tank. But then now that this tank is out, okay, so now what do we do? Oh dear. I like the vision, but yeah. But you realize that this just isn't working. Okay, well then now what? It's a good try. Now what? Peeker's advantage, and yet look at how you moved. Check it. Wide swing. Strafe. There's your shot. Good shot. Good. A little bit unfortunate, but it's because your movement became more predictable and you put less of an emphasis on strafing after your fourth, third, fifth, whatever shot, right? That's when you die. Not in your initial peak, almost ever. Okay, but hey, you made a play. I'd use your bob. Just go ahead and use it. I would just go ahead and send your bob off on this angle. This is way too free of an angle. You just need to create chaos. Number one priority when you have bob is always bob. Always bob. Always bob. Yeah, you're fritzed. The bob did its job there. It took you and you took you out of the fight and was still shooting a Roadhog. Worst case scenario. You have no peeker's advantage right now because they have infrasights. I don't like this rotation from you. This is pretty rough. You should have gone back in towards cover. I think you realize that, though. That's okay. All right. Tempo with bob. Tempo with dynamite. Use the bob right now. Go. Oh, use it. Use the bob first. Bob is your tank. Bob is what allows you to be able to focus on your shots here and to focus on your dynamite. Bob first, then dynamite. That way there's significantly less risk. Good job. Sure. As long as you can LOS the Widow, just keep pumping damage. Whoa! Careful. That was not Peeker's advantage there. She knew exactly where you were, so you need to be careful. Sure. Now, let's take a position. Hit your shots right now. Could have avoided strafing quite as much there, but either way is probably pretty risky. Good. Very compressed angles, so you're going to have to figure something out here. A little silly. Would have worked if you'd had dynamite. Other than that, probably not so much. Yeah, you guys just got shoved. Nothing you can do about that too much. That's where you can think a little bit about how do I want to rotate around? How do I want to take space? Is there an angle that I can find with dynamite? Because it's really important to hit a big dynamite in that situations so that you can win a 1v1 up close. Sure. Careful. Ooh, careful, careful, careful. Number one priority is strafing here. This might be a different rotation from you as well. So this might be a rotation from here instead, using boats just to get cover. It's a very difficult choke to break, but there's always a rotation available if you can smart enough to figure it out. Sure. Just keep moving. That's fine. There's nowhere for you to go. They pincered you with 3 ultimates. It's fine. Happens. Could have rotated sooner, though, if you'd been a little bit sharper with that rotation. Yes. Oh, gosh. Okay, so. Same rule applies here. Position first, then bob. right? So Bob is always your priority, but you want to Bob on a location where Bob makes sense. The idea is, oh, I'm going to Bob through them and get behind them. No, because Bob, if you're like even lucky, is going to have to cut through several people, right? Land here, but you're still here. What the frick are you doing here? Worst case scenario, and what's more often going to happen, is because you're bobbing from main, it's actually going to hit the tank and just stand right here, which means you lose all your angle. So I want you to tell me, where should you have rotated first for Bob? You're good to prioritize Bob. We already said Bob number 1 priority. But where would you go for Bob? Oh yeah, you need to go up, right? You need to go up. Bob from here, Bob from there, throw it on backline, and then in the chaos, you pop off. Unfortunate. You did kind of get it on an angle, you know? It's not great, but hey, we take what we can get, I guess. So if you're going to win this fight, it's going to be through the fact that at least you use your Bob. Do it. Yeah, do it. Why not? You've got your dynamite. You have your tempo here. Sure. Sure. It's fine with me. I mean, it was silly, but you prioritized to getting the point faster, and sure. Don't move so erratically. You're fine. Peeker's advantage, right? So right now, dynamite, hit your shot. Stay calm. Let's see if you strafe. So they immediately looked at Yusu, started to strafe. I understand. That dynamite kind of gives you the time to pay attention to see if they're looking at you. And then during the dynamite animation, you go, oh my gosh, they're looking at me, so I am going to need to strafe. Yep. Peeker's advantage. Be careful here. Oh, yeah, you were looking at the wrong thing. So here, you probably just want to park yourself here and wait, because your team is still walking forward. Your team's not quite with you. And then you can kind of wait here and then decide what they're going to do from here. Just a little bit too deep. I like the idea that you're trying to take space, though. It's good. It's good. It's a little open here. Would prefer you to just walk up through here, or walk up through here and look for pressure from here instead. This is a little too naked. It's a good shot, though. Good combo. I like that we're being a problem solver. So what I'm criticizing is the type of angle that you're taking, how you're taking the angle. But I appreciate that you're actually taking space, and I can tell that you've been putting some deliberate practice into it, because it's showing. Even when it's not done perfectly, it's still going to work half the time. So, all right. Yep, this is fine. Kind of park yourself here in AFK. I mean, I guess, you know, it's dynamite, as long as you have it for when the fight starts. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wouldn't bother post-recall. It's not really your responsibility anymore. Okay. There's the perk. Good job. Now, let's talk about dynamite. So I'm going to dig a little bit into the micro for just a second, so bear with me. Normally, when you peek an angle at the start, you open with your dynamite. So like right here, normally you would open with dynamite on the Ana first, because you have the free projectile that you can land and then follow the follow-up shot afterwards, right? Question is, why should you not open with dynamite here instead? And if you say, oh, well, I can just hit a free shot. Yeah, but that's the case anyway. Like, you could land a dynamite into a free shot a lot of the time anyway, right? So you should still probably open with dynamite here. But why should you probably save your dynamite? Okay, so the answer is because there is something that is actively looking to contest you up close. So this dynamite can be used on Ana, yeah, sure. But the dynamite, you can shoot the Ana and then still have this to deal with this. You see what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of nuance here, definitely something that's a little bit of a higher level, where you can utilize your dynamite. You don't have to always peak with dynamite. Like this is like the Platt rule, right? Stop, turn the corner on your angle and open with dynamite, right? That's the rule. The fundamental is it depends. Use your judgment. Look at the situation. Should I save my dynamite? Should I use it? Can I get a free headshot in the Ana and not even worry about the dynamite? And right here is a good example of why you might want to save your dynamite. You're still using it the second that you're contested. You're not waiting. But what you're doing is you're finding a situation in which the dynamite actually is what allows you to hold the angle. But yeah, that fight was kind of lost from the start. The fact that it was even close was good effort from you. Whereas this situation here, I would definitely open with Dynamite because you're immediately being contested. I wouldn't leave the angle there. I really don't like these bobs. I really don't like these bobs. The difference between getting bob here versus getting bob here is monumental. Just a little broader, a little wider, and crucially, it also is the train that just runs right through the middle of the enemy team that creates the lane for you. Why would you bob here if you want to lane here? Bob here so that you not only get the bob on a slightly better angle, yes, but more importantly, because it opens up this sight line for you, right? So when you're here, you're like, this duel, this guy's marking me in this duel. Get a little healing, throw the bob, and then just be like, okay, I dare you guys to try to take it away from me now. Because you end up going right back to the angle, right? It's not a bad bob, right? But my point being is that it's going to create that lane for you, and it's also going to remove the RNG of occasionally hitting the tank at the same time, right? It's really important that you get that micro thing consistently right. Okay. Angles are better. Strafing on Peeker's advantage is a bit of a problem. Bob setups, not always great either. Sometimes the quality of the angles that you're choosing, not always great either. But, I mean, I'm seeing progression here. You should feel proud of this. This is not bad. This is a Dynamite first moment because of the proximity of the angle. They're right on top of you. Open with Dynamite first. You get what I'm saying? So when I say open with Dynamite, okay, let me clarify. Okay. You don't have to open with Dynamite here, but you do need to get Dynamite out quick. So look at the combo it's done here. It's shot, scope, Dynamite. That's fine. That's fine. I'm a fan. You're high enough of a ranked player to understand the micro of like the unscope into scope, you know, and then quickly following up with the Dynamite as they're ducking behind the corner. That's fine. You're not an idiot, right? I would say opening with Dynamite is going to be more important at slightly longer ranges when you're being contested because of the travel time of the projectile. Whereas at that range, it doesn't really matter what you open with first because everything is basically hit scan, including your Dynamite. But yeah, good job. Get out, get out, get out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh my days, he should have died there. Hold the angle. You don't need subtlety here if it's a powerful enough of an angle. Careful the crosshair ego. You're a little predictable to peek there, so you're gonna need to. You don't really have much of a crosshair advantage here. This is too spooky. Okay, go back. I get it. Yeah, I understand. Dynamite's fine. Yeah, this has been fine. This is just double sniper, you know? Like, you didn't fail the play there, but your team failed a couple of plays. You need to die. You need to die right now. Okay. Thank you, Widow. Where's your rotation? Hey, you need to rotate. You need to take space. You cannot beat Sojourn Mercy at this range. You need to take space. Where do you need to go? Solve the problem. I know you're concerned about this coast, but you need to go. You need to go right now. Where do you need to go? So you got a couple of options. Don't forget that you can leave out the spawn door this side. I think everyone forgets that. Walk to here, wait for your Winston to jump, coach gun across from here and get to here. And then take space from here. The other alternative, obviously, is to look at the fact that your Widow's here, which is creating space for you along this lane, and just coach gun across, like just no cares at all, and then take the angle from here. But you cannot get stuck here. You cannot get stuck here. You can't. You just can't. This is just the worst. Oh gosh, like there's just, I honestly don't even want to look. Like there's just no way that you can get, like I'm shocked. This Dynamite's terrible. The angle is terrible. You're under a lot of stress. From here, where could you rotate, by the way? I know Widow has infosites, but I don't care. Where should you go? You need to go at the flank. You need to go. You need to go. Play games with her. Like here's the thing. Fight at a disadvantage, but fight for the right things. This is you giving up. You're gonna lose this doing this. You dynamited the ram shield. You're stuck. You're getting pincered. You're cooked. You're freaking cooked. It's over. I don't care. It's just freaking over. Wait, there's no way. Oh my days. Come on, man. Who fumbled the bag here? This is a mess. Who clutches this? What are you doing? Why are you here? What is going on? Okay, thank you. You got life grip to an angle. You didn't have Peeker's advantage because she saw you, so you focus on your strafing. Good shots. These guys just suck, I think. I cannot believe your Winston's still alive. There's your Peeker's advantage right there. Notice, look at your movement here. It's not great, but you notice that you were moving vertically, right? At least you weren't moving horizontally, right? So the question is if the vertical movement doesn't affect your aim, and it doesn't affect their aim on you, obviously, why are you moving at all? Something to consider. But at least we're here, finally. Do you see the difference here? Now, let's actually look at this here. Did you have Peeker's advantage here? You did have Peeker's advantage. What the frick are you doing? Calm down. I think you're maybe trying to force the unscope into scope combo too much when people don't know that you're there. You know? You might as well just scope, you know? Just bop, bop. Or if you're going to, at least take your time to line up your crosshair first, you know? Whatever. Okay, eventually we took space. It was a little too late. I guess I'm proven right in the end. Yeah, this is fine. Ram's going to shove you into the locker, so you may need to dynamite that. Or maybe you just don't. Maybe we can save it. I think you can save it. Yeah. Free space. Peeker's advantage. Now, let's play a game. Should you open with dynamite? So I honestly don't think it matters that much. But this is one of those situations where you're probably not going to be contested, so you don't have to save dynamite if you want to use it. You don't like earlier, like you can just use it if you want here. But if you also want to go into your combo, that's fine too. Really, whatever's fine here. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a potent angle. It really doesn't matter what you do on that angle. So I look at the result here and I'm like, oh no, we died. But to be honest with you, I think the play's fine. I think the play's fine. GG's, your supports suck. That's all there is to it. Like, I actually am cringe. What the frick is going on here? Why do supports do this? I swear, I hate support players so much. Yeah, good play. Legitimately good play. Doesn't matter. Not a results-based feedback guy, you know? Good stuff. That's gonna work 9 times out of 10. You probably need to take more space here. This is a little too... Oh my days, what the frick are you doing? Okay, so when I say take more space, looking at the Winston pressure that you have here, where's your off angle from here? I actually think that either you can stay here and pop here, but I guess with Widow, you probably should just go ahead and drop and open this space here. Open this lane here. Is it risky? Yeah, but you're doing something with the risk, whereas this here is just like, ugh. You drop for Ram and no real reason. Maybe this was the end goal, in which case I'll cut you a little bit more slack, but this is still spooky. What on earth are you doing? Where's your rotation from here? I mean, it's just deeper, right? I would even commit my coach gun to go up further, to throw my bob in the backline and go from there. It's weird. It feels almost like you migrated towards main with the intention of bobbing on main, which I wouldn't think that normally, but considering what you've done with your last, what, 3 bobs, I really, really, really strongly feel like this might be a bit of a muscle memory issue with you where you tend to try to do this. And not only does this get you killed, but it's a huge problem with your bobs in general. Get off this angle, man. Get off this angle. This is your bob right here. This is your bob. I hated the rotation. I didn't hate the angle that you ended up on. And then I hated what you did once you were there. Okay. Why is your Winston called Widow My Love? This angle's fine. Sure. Be careful. Wait. Time out. Did you use your bob? You did use your bob. Oh, dude. Oh, no. It's what we feared. It's what we feared. It's exactly what we feared. Oh, my days. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I was talking about, right? Whether tank or payload. That's why you don't bob there. That's why you don't bob from that angle. Okay. Good. There's that perk again. Yeah. Spooky, but you ran towards main, which I normally don't like, but you're running towards trees, so it's fine. Peeker's advantage. Let's go. Still a little too strafey, you know? Just relax. She literally does not know that you're there. Hold the angle. Don't. No. No, don't rotate away. Don't rotate away. Listen. Listen and hold the angle. Maybe do a little strafes, you know. Oh, she's going to peek that window. Whoopsie. You know, whatever. And then you see this. You see Wrecking Ball on the Widow. Peek. Go. You have to respect infosites, but you can't AFK. You have to find that nuance, you know. I'd rather you die a couple times to infosites trying to find out what you can get away with than just completely losing the fight because you give up space. Too much strafing. You had Peeker's advantage and you blew it. I agree with not dynamiting there. That would have been way too long of a dynamite. Yeah, I guess. You need to be decisive where we're going here. Are we gonna cook and go here? Are we gonna, you know, cook and go here? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You're floating. Ah, yeah, it's too late. You're cooked. Like, now we're not cooking, we're just cooked. Yeah. Just throw your dynamite. Yeah, it's just... You're a little too hesitant. That's okay. That's going to be part of the process. I assume you were thinking there, like, where you needed to go, and it happens. All right. Are we going to get one good bob? One good bob. Yeah, that's fine. Stack with your DPS here. Yes, Peeker's advantage. Now you don't have Peeker's advantage. Oh, no. Okay. I know the Widow knows that you're there, so you're going to have to respect this. But once again, you have your ball on backline. This is the same principle even if you don't have ball. You can swing here, throw Bob without even peeking the Widow, and then use the Bob's Chaos to decide if you want to peek on main here, right? Like, I know why you're here. I know why you're here. I know why you're here. This is not going to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Congrats. You've lost space. Your ball is completely isolated and may not even die for that. Yep, there's life grip, right? Hold your angle. Bob complements your angle. Bob does not change your angle. It complements and it incentivizes the angle. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and then now we're just Narnia. Like, we're just nowhere to go. I appreciate that we're holding here. Because, like, you might as well risk peeking Widow here because you got to do something. No. Yep, thank you. I don't like us being here, but yeah, if you'd gone to the left, you would have insta-lost. I don't know why we're here. Feels like we're a little concerned about point, but our ball's got point, and we're dying. We're going to lose this fight because our ball is dying for cart, and our DPS are sitting on cart anyway. Like, if your ball's going to handle cart, then please have the wherewithal to actually take some space elsewhere, right? Like, you know, that entire right side's completely open, yeah. So during the pressure of the moment, you kind of fumbled the angle pretty hard. Okay. I don't want to watch this Kiriko POV. That is the wrong person. Let's keep going here. Main thing is angles are good, but angles need to be better, right? Don't give up on angles because they know you're there unless there's another angle available. Just play it differently, a little more cautiously with a little bit more respect. And freaking Bob on angle, please. It's your guarantee space here. Sure, a little spooky, but as long as you have your dynamite here. Dynamite is what allows you to immediately give yourself an advantage. That's fine. I don't like what you did after dynamite because she gambled, right, and decided to peek it. But actually, you're still at a disadvantage here because she's already had a fully scoped shot and you're not even scoped in yet, which is why your head gets blown off. So dynamite here, crouch, walk forward, and then get right here to where you don't even need to scope. You could just strafe and spam and crap in her face. But I don't hate the idea. I think you misplayed it a little bit, but I don't hate what you try to do, which was like, I hit a dynamite. I have an advantage. I should be able to ego you. Yeah, sure. I don't like this position. A little too much strafing as well when there's nobody there. I think there's a little bit of a concern about the Widow, but yeah, okay. Where do you need to be? Where do you need to be? Where do you need to be? Thank you. Oh, no. Sure. Okay, thank you. Now, they know you're here, so you're going to need to be respectful. Yeah, she knows you're there. Oh, gosh. But that's fine. Doesn't matter. Yes. Oh, no. Yes. You really got your little combos down. You look very comfortable with it. I like this. I think it's actually one of your strong points so far. Nice. Look at that. Look at you go. Controlling some space. Man, we figured it out. I will give you credit, my friend. You did a much better job this second time through. Not just mechanically, but you actually, you were like, let's get the frick off of this bridge. I'm going to get out of here. We're going to figure it out. Yep. Good job. Very nicely done. This rotation's really good. Very underrated, I think. A little too much movement there. Maybe a little bit of fear of Widow, which I understand. But you need to get out here. You need to move. Keep going. Keep going. You could go coast side. Yeah. Yeah, now we're cooking. You know where they are. They're so far back. Yeah, we're cooking here. We're cooking here. I'm going to keep saying that. Uh-huh. Oh, well, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess. Like, they're just going to keep uncontesting you, so... Yeah, nice job. Great recognition. You're very rarely going to do a rotation this deep, but it's completely wide open. They were so far back, compositionally appropriate. Probably open with dynamite here just because of the clump. And then Peeker's advantage for a one shot. Yep, and then now you got to start strafing. Yep, good job. Just run, just run, just run, just run, just run, just run. Yep. It's too slow, too slow. So respect the fact that everybody's after you right now and bail. Just bail. Just bail a little faster. You greeted way too much here. You have 1, 2, 3 people on you. You just bail. Just bail. Yeah, that's okay. I think you could also, if we're like being really nitpicky here, in terms of your disengage route, you'd prefer to lean towards this side, towards your team. But I actually don't think it would have mattered here, to be honest. So it was a good play. Yeah, I have no complaints. That was fine. I don't know why the frick you guys think running Bastion into double sniper Ana makes any sense. And your supports are completely brainlets because you're running into Ana Mercy with a Kiriko that doesn't take an angle and a freaking Life Weaver. So we can always throw blame at the supports. We just love that. No, but all things aside, like really much better job of the angles. You do need to do a better job of analyzing which angle makes the most sense and then quickly taking that angle. So it needs to be a little bit more expedient in terms of how you're rotating and moving. Peeker's advantage with your strafing. Third thing, bob from angle, not bob from main, and then rotate to angle. Let me know if you have any questions. Keep up the good work, and I'll chat with you later, mate.